What's going on, everybody? Jared here with Bikes Online, and in our most recent video, we took a brief look at the new 2023 Marin San Quentin 1, which is a budget, hardcore hardtail mountain bike. Our initial review dropped some jaws with just how capable this bike is for the money. But like any budget bike, there's always going to be different ways that the bike can become even more capable. In this video, we're going to discuss 3 of what I think are the best budget mods to do to your 2023 Marin San Quentin 1 to take it to that next level. With each modification that we discuss, I will first show you what it is, then how it's installed, and then we'll briefly cover exactly how it's going to elevate your rides on the trail. With that being said, let's get started. So for our first upgrade of the day, we're going to be looking at the cranks and bottom bracket. This bike will be receiving a fresh set of Shimano Deore cranks with a matching BB52 Shimano bottom bracket. But before we get it all installed, we have to disassemble the existing cranks. This is what that process looks like. Now that we have the bottom bracket shell empty, we can start installing our new gear. Aside from looking way better, this is much simpler, which oftentimes means that it's going to be lighter as well. But most importantly, a crankset like this will do a much better job of handling intense trail riding. Square taper cranks under prolonged stress have a tendency to wear out. However, a crankset designed like this Shimano will ensure that you have miles and miles of trouble-free riding, which allows you to focus on the most important thing, riding itself. Now, modification number 2 is going to be a very important one, and that is going to be a tubeless set of tires. For this bike, I've chosen a set of 27.5 by 2.5 Maxxis DHF tires. And since the factory tires are not tubeless compatible, they gotta go. But before we mount up our new tires, we have to address the fact that the rims are going to need tubeless tape as well as a tubeless valve. Not too difficult. Now once that's done, we can mount up our new tires. But hold on a second. Before you push that last bit of tire over the rim wall, you gotta add sealant. You know, that way you can seal the deal. Once that's done, it's time to inflate. In some cases, you may need a compressor to seat the beads properly. In the case of my setup, I did need the compressor. By going tubeless, not only will you no longer have to worry about punctures, you won't even have to worry about pinch flats, because guess what? There's no tubes to pinch. What this also means is you can lower your tire pressure and gain even more traction on the trail. In addition to all of those benefits, removing the tubes can save you some rotational weight, and that's a welcomed bonus. Now, saving the best for last, you guessed it, we're adding the dropper post. Today, I'll be installing a 170mm dropper post that I had on hand and removing the static seat post that the bike came equipped with. Quick side note, if you're watching from Australia, we do have dropper posts by TransX in stock on our website, so make sure to check that out. Now please be advised, this modification in particular can really take some time when it comes to routing and sizing your cable. Some riders may even choose to have their local bike shop help them out with this, and there's no shame in that. If you're like me and choose to do it yourself, this is what it looks like. Having a dropper post like this installed in your bike ensures that you have access to 2 very important things at the flick of your thumb. The first benefit would be having a slam saddle whenever you want it. That way it's out of your way and you can get as gnarly as you'd like to in those descents. But it's the second thing that I would argue is the most important. With a dropper, you will have access to a perfect pedal stroke saddle height on demand. There's nothing worse than having your saddle in the wrong position when you're trying to pedal up a demanding climb. Not only does it look kind of silly, but you're going to put a lot of undue stress on your joints. A properly set up dropper post will ensure that at the flick of that thumb, you will have the ideal saddle height every time. And let me tell you something, that's a major win. And like that, that is our freshly modified 2023 Marin San Quentin 1 Hardtail. Now, let's have another look at it, shall we? As always, if you have any questions for us at all, make sure to hit that comment section below. I've left links in the description for you if you'd like to shop our amazing bike lineup. And for our Australian friends, we even have links in the description for all of the modifications that you saw today. As for me, I'm heading out to go try to get a ride in all of this snow. Wish me luck. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. I'm Jared with Bikes Online, and I'll see you around. Cut, cut, cut. It's really cold.